Hello, my name is Lingsen and our group number is 436857. To begin with, let me start with a simple question. Is the food exotic or only exotic to someone? Our project examines Reddit discussions of Chinese and so-called exotic food. We looked beyond likes and dislikes to ask what these judgments reveal about cultural norms. Who is treated as normal, who becomes the other, and how users challenge that framing. To answer this, we first built a comparative corpus. This corpus included 17 public Reddit threads from 8 subreddits. After cleaning, 3,057 comments remained, or just over 100,000 word tokens. The threads ranged from broad questions about unusual food to China-specific discussions. Thread 9, who do you think has the worst food in Asia, was the largest and became our focus case. We moved from broad patterns to close reading to solve the 4 RQs, as you can see in our poster. To make that connection, we combined the and-conc with in vivo. And-conc identified the unusually prominent words, their collocates, and the original lines in which those patterns occurred. In vivo then coded topics, evaluation, othering, and resistance. This movement between the two mattered. A frequent word is not automatically an important discourse, and the statistical association does not explain what a user is doing with it. We therefore treated corpus patterns as a signpost and checked them through close reading. That formed method led us to our first result, the meaning of the exotic itself. Using the pattern to context approach, exotic was the clearest example. 177 occurrences across 12 threads. Its collocates include considered, seemed, not, and me. Concordance lines repeatedly framed food as exotic to me, to us, or to others, and contrasted with normal or everyday. One user said, "It's funny how things go from exotic to everyday." Another wrote, "Exotic is such a racialized term, so exotic behave less like a fixed quality and more like a viewpoint." This supports earlier work on relational exotism, while Reddit makes the negotiation visible. With the label established, I will hand over to my teammate Zhang to examine evaluation and resistance.
Hey, thank you, Lingsen. My name is Fengshuo. So, building on that relational pattern, the next question was whether the corpus was mainly openly hostile. The answer is no. On the evaluation scale, 78.4% of coding references were neutral descriptions, while only 0.1% showed extreme exclusion. The central finding is therefore not a large volume of explicit abuse, but quite a form of othering through assumed Western standards. At the same time, the right-hand side of the chart shows substantial pushback, especially through cultural relativism, logical deconstruction, and identity claims. So users didn't simply repeat stereotypes, they frequently argued back. Beyond individual comments, that balance also depended on where the discussion took place. Thread 9 began as a ranking question about the worst food in Asia, but its most distinctive vocabulary included Israel, Israeli, Jews, and falafel. Israel occurred 34.1 times per 10,000 words in thread 9, compared with 0.4 in the other 16 threads. The conversation shifted from food judgment into arguments about geography, national belonging, and geopolitics. This doesn't represent the whole corpus. Instead, it shows how a provocative title and a long reply chain can redirect the discussions. That platform effect brings the findings together. And taken together, the study suggests that online food talk is neither simply xenophobic nor politically neutral. Talk about taste and authenticity can reproduce cultural hierarchies, while Reddit also enables resistance through relativism, identity claims, and reverse comparison. Compared with earlier press research, similar Western-centered norms remain visible, but here they are publicly negotiated. And one research skill I developed was the triangulation, combining statistics, concordance lines, and qualitative coding. I think this matters because beyond LivSURF, the complex claims needs more than one kind of evidence. What about you, Lingsen?
For me, I think teamwork was equally important. Dividing the Kong and in vivo roles, comparing decisions, and combining results told us how shared frameworks and clear communication strengthen the collaborative research.
Thank you so much. As a final thought, when we call a food normal, whose normal do we mean? That's all for our presentation today. Thank you for your listening.